So since we have a delay here for about 1 minute, we can start the introductions. Evening, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Closer with this. Is this okay? So can you hear me, people?
I think we need to talk to them in Spanish.
Okay, so yeah, we'll be going back and forth between English and Spanish so everybody can get it.
It's going to be in English, so people on the live stream, if you hear me, please thumbs up, comments. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm reading your comments. I'm sorry. Won't happen again. Who's the producer? The producer is... Can you please tell us, Rob? Who's the producer of this?
Well, this is basically a joint production between Forte Productions out of Boston and Forte Productions Mexico, which is headed by Don Patron himself, the Mouseketeer, Omar Rodriguez.
Yeah, and he right now is very fussy to pay attention on the fact that we're making jokes about him.
So I'm not making any jokes.
Yeah, we just happen to have his cameras over here.
And they can actually watch it, so please don't hit my phone.
Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't hear this.
So we're going to watch a nice video, and thumbs up. We're going to start soon.
Okay, we're back live. And let's get ready to rumble!
Come on, Mexicans, you have to cheer on. Make some noise. They don't want to make noise. Great.
So, right now we're still trying to determine who the semi-finalists are going to be for the Steel Tournament. Sorry, I take that back. This is the Albion Longsword Steel semi-final. And we've got Axel Patterson fighting in the blue corner versus Luis del Toro fighting in the white corner.
Yeah, this is still the semifinals. So after these two fights, we'll have the first one, the round for the first and second place, and third place too.
Axel Patterson is a very well-known fighter coming out of Gothenburg in Sweden. Felipe is an up-and-coming fencer from Guadalajara who has actually improved quite a lot his technique in the past couple of years.
Yeah, he was showing a great role in Mexico's community. He's really pulling it off, so you guys want to pay attention to him. Remember, these are not the finals. We are still a little bit late, but we think it's more enjoyable for you guys to start watching people fighting. So once the finals are really starting, we're gonna let you know.
In the meantime, do please feel free to enjoy fighting.
make you suffer, guys.
Suffer? Why would they be suffering? They're
Because they're not watching anymore.
But they've been treated to some very nice fancy. It's always enjoyable to watch Axel Patterson fight, especially when he's fighting some up-and-coming talent out of different countries he's not used to fighting.
I know, that's the suffering part. They are not watching all of it. And wait, yeah, when I can say, ooh, and they're gonna be like, what happened? And they don't know.
Apparently, this has been the first semi-final.
So now two known faces for the HEMA community worldwide, which are Agustin and Louis Smith.
Agustin Ortega, he's part of EFC, but he's one of the best-known Mexican fencers throughout Europe, thanks to the fact that he not only spent a year training in London, he actually attended most of the big events throughout Europe, becoming a household name in Europe. So, yeah, this is definitely a well-known phase, this fight, between Lee Smith from Blood and Iron Canada and Agustin Ortega from the Elite Fencing Club out of Mexico City.
Yeah, very intense and fun fight, guys.
And we're getting ready for our the second semifinal for the Albion Steel Longsword competition. For everyone out there, we've got Agustin Ortega in the blue corner and Lee Smith in the white corner.
Something I always enjoy about Lee is his ability to make himself smaller.
Yeah, he fights with a very, very low center of gravity.
I think that if I fight him, I'm gonna feel like I'm fighting someone from my height.
No, he might actually get even lower than you can. This fight really nice and enjoyable is that we've got two perfect gentlemen both acknowledging their hits, even if the judges see something different. That's always refreshing to see.
Yeah, and it's I mean, it's not easy to be judged, so it's good to have them working to have a good fight as well.
So judges are closing now for top decision.
Chit chat. Can we get the camera close and maybe a microphone so we can know what they're talking about?
Yeah, they're probably trying to figure out what they're going to be doing for dinner afterwards.
Yeah, I bet so. Like, they have taco space. I think that's a taco space.
Or they might be running some betting amongst themselves as to who's going to win.
Yeah.
So,
I see 100 pesos bill right there.
Apparently the judges have made their decision, and it's an afterblow on the...
So once again, yeah, apparently they couldn't decide if it was either tacos or something else.
Maybe they don't want tacos, they want tortas.
Or they just made up their mind, but they don't know where they're eating.
Yeah, this could be.
So there was no clear points?
No clear points, so we resume fighting. Also, it's important to notice amongst these two very accomplished fighters that they're really, really fast. Their strikes are wicked fast. And we've got people yelling the characteristic EFC chant. And time is up. Very nice fight. Two very well accomplished fighters.
And it was in the final, which is the best part.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Okay, very nice. Agustin is moving on to the finals, and Lisa Smith is moving on to the finals, facing Axel Pedersen.
If you make a mistake, you might come and punch you, so try to remember their names.
I'm actually making that mistake on purpose. I want to fight them.
Oh, that's a smart one.
Yeah.
And now this is the tension part. We just sit and wait until we can start the read.
Yeah, sadly we have no drum rolls or whatsoever to make a big show of it. But
Does that work? Ow. No, bad idea.
No.
And now what?
So we are about to move on to finals. Do you know what we're starting with?
We are starting with rapier, third and fourth, fighters. That's more like a dude. That's like a gun. So we're first gonna see a video, and then we're going to have the rapier there in fourth place with Eduardo La Rosa and Leo Menegas. And let's go to the video.
Okay, and we're back live with our ugly mods.
Ugly?
Yeah. Because we're not fencing. We don't have fencing faces.
That's true. So you were telling me your next question.
yeah, I was thinking about making a joke on swords, but it wasn't edgy enough.
And this is the part when I want to make funny faces and be like, oh, like if I knew something you guys don't know, so you,
It's like, dude, look over there.
yeah, can you see? And then you suffer.
Yeah.
So we're going to check a little bit of our sponsors who made this great. This is Albion Swords. Any comment about the fact that they are awesome?
Well, Algen is actually our sponsor for the steel competition. Algen is our sponsor for the steel tournament, and they've sponsored this competition with a very beautiful sword that will be given out as first place prize.
Yeah, we also have, talking about swords, we also have Simon Chowalski. He has great work, he's being very supportive to the community, which is great.
Yeah, we also have our very own Dragon Sword Cafe, Mexican cafeteria of, well, it's finest level.
Dragon Sword Cafe has actually won several prizes in terms of the quality of their coffee. We also have the elite fencing gear.
And you're not allowed to talk about that one because you're on that job. So let me do my comments. Elite fencing gear is starting. It's working very cool. They have weapons. They're really working to have Mexican community with enough equipment.
Also M-Blades, makers of the already famous swing for practicing in closed space.
M-Blades is also developing another model with a wooden handle to make it a little bit more accessible to the more popular price. We also have our very good friends out of the Houston, the Darcys, Natasha and Christian, heads of Purple Heart Armories, who have been developing wooden and nylon wasters for a long time. And we've got Spess.
Yeah. Spess right now is, I think, one of the biggest names out there for protective equipment in GEMA. Especially when we talk about Gambesons.
And that's how Roberto runs to make his job as a judge. We hope he can keep his eyes open. Maybe he just wants to go and get tacos himself. We don't know. I'm trying not to read to your comments, guys. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, you can see my Nixon house in here. Part of Dragon's Road Cafe also. Bet you're jealous of them. And I'm not gonna give you coffee, that's the best part. So, Sebastian, do you have any comment you want to share with us?
Well, so far the event has been great. We have a couple of nice workshops. There's been no lack whatsoever of very good fencing. And so we're about to start on the Rapier finals. It's for third and fourth place. So competitors are already in the ring.
We have both guys are from the same school. Is Eduardo de la Rosa, which is, I think, in the
Blue corner.
blue corner. No, white corner. Sorry. And Leo Menegas, who is in the other corner.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we have Leo Menegas, blue corner, Eduardo de la Rosa, white corner.
Right corner, yeah.
They both train in the same school right now, I think, which is the Masa de Plata. It's one of our local groups.
Yeah, something interesting about Leon is that his background is Olympic fencing. Sometimes you can see it, but he has also improved a lot with the time.
Yeah, he still has a couple of things that come out from Olympic fencing. He's very, very proud of his French school.
We have nothing. Oh, no agreement, sorry.
So calling judges again, no points. One thing I find curious about this semifinal, about this final, is that Eduardo is very known here in Mexico for fighting the cloak, but he is not fighting with it right now. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I was expecting him to wear his famous cloak. Oh, that was a beautiful thrust to the neck.
and some judges closing in for the decision. So now we're 4-4. It's a tie. Time's closing in quickly.
So they are asking in the live stream what swords are they using. Actually, every competitor brings their own raker to the fight, so pretty much you can see a lot of brands working on here.
As far as
Try to make your
I
guess.
know, yeah, as far as we know here, both Eduardo and Leon use custom-made hilts. I think their blades are actually cast iron.
We are about to know the winner. Now we have a winner! Leon! And we're back into the table. Now we're getting ready for see what's going on to happen. Leon won. It was a nice fight. I always enjoy when raker fencers make these nice sections because that makes it job so easy for the judges. So rakers out there, please keep doing your good job and make your judges work easy. That's the best way to win.
Yeah, and now people of the world, you're in for a treat because we are having the finals, which are going to be fought by no others than the Lee.
We're
That's
going to have...
Lee Smith and Nicole Smith. I'm sorry, it says Smith, it says the Lee.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put the rules on the screen, or we're going directly to the fight. I'm still not sure. It seems like we're going to the fight.
So yeah,
So you're about to see what I call the best way to solve problems in when you're married. Like, you can ask for everything really. Like, I have issues with my husband, just go out there and take a sword and
yeah, solve it.
he's the one who's right.
Yeah, other thing is to note here is, well, you might have already guessed it, but the tournaments so far have been open to both sexes. It's not been just male and female tournaments, it's been mixed tournaments. Which allows us to have this very expected fight between Louis Smith and Nicole Smith.
This is the funny part where I will let you know what the students of London are cheating for. Like, are they going for Nicole? Are they going for Lee? I really want to know.
I think they're going to the school, but I wouldn't want to risk it anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so about to begin, finals.
There you go. Get ready to have a lot of action right there.
So first one goes to Nicole.
Husband and wife fighting to the best.
Well, so far Nicole's been making Lee sweat quite a bit. And yeah, now
And he answered.
Lee's going to skate back to the track.
You can totally tell they know each other while they fight. The expressions they make to each other. much only the guys who doesn't feel like rapier people after this fight, maybe they will change their minds. I mean, this is beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it's always a delight to see these high caliber fighters going at each other.
Blood and iron, whatever you're doing it right.
So it's been a blue point there. But Lee Smith is still following behind his wife. Yeah, it seems like for every action Lee does, Nicole just goes for another one. Gets a headshot. So Lee is leaving the dagger out of the question. Point white. Okay, so from now on, we'll be narrating this as
Mexican style! So, Nicole Smith with 10 points, and Lee Smith with 4. How is this going to end? Is the wife the badass of the family? We're about to know that.
So we'll have what?
A confusion, that's what we have.
Okay, so apparently it's over. Lee is conceding the last seconds of the fight to his wife.
And we get the kiss, yes!
And we get the kiss!
Romantic final! That's the best! Keep the fairy tales, ladies and gentlemen.
And the winner is... So we have Nicole Smith here for a quick interview. So we'll just switch places for a second.
Can you please go closer to the mic?
So, how did you feel, Nicole?
Well, fighting my husband is always intimidating. Fighting my husband is always intimidating. He's known as a regular fighter, but the only advantage I have is we fight all the time. I know his tricks, he knows mine. It's just whoever has the better day. Oh, okay, not a problem.
So, your people, Blood and Iron has like a very cool image in the human world. So now that you two have ended in the finals, do you have any trick you have to be in this awesome level? Like, what do you eat? How do you sleep?
The only thing is train hard, train often. Basically, go at it with your whole heart. The more you train, the more you practice, the better you'll be. That's really all Blood and Iron is people that are really dedicated to fighting with swords.
Also, I'm very impressed. Like, you have come out of an injury very recently. I'm not sure how long you have since you get entirely recovered of that.
It's been about a year and a half. I severed my Achilles tendon completely. It was surgically reattached, but it's been about a year of recovery. So I've really only been fighting for about 6-8 months, something like that. Yeah.
People, be scared. This woman is a killer. If she can do that in this time after an injury, you don't want to know what she's going to be doing in a year or two.
And I'm still not 100%. Like, I have, this leg is very, very weak still. So, yeah, no, I'm trying to be very careful with it still.
Yeah, but then again, if you can do this while injured, I would like to face you in your prime.
I'm working on it.
So, okay, Nicole, I have a question. Because I noticed that during a point in the fight, Lee actually just threw his dagger away. How did you feel about it?
Well, essentially, his game, he likes cutting, and he's primarily a cutter when it comes to rapier, so that's actually his best game. When he came at me with the dagger, that's kind of like keeps trying to make it look more fair, but he fights much better with single sword than he does with sword and dagger. That's, yeah, so when he was down, it's like, okay, fine, I'll show you.
Yeah, is there anything you want to share to inspire all the people out there doing rapier, those who don't fight rapier that might just fall in love with it after they found out?
I really like to encourage women to try it. It's one of those few weapons where it is a very level playing field. It's not a strength-based weapon, it's very much a strategy weapon. It's like chess with swords. So for women, it is a wonderful weapon because you can compete equally with men.
How long do you have doing rapier actually?
About 6 or 7 years.
So you're Italian school, am I right?
Primarily Italian school, yes. We throw a little bit of German in there, but it's mostly Italian.
So, thank you very much, Nicola. It was awesome to watch you fight. And we hope to see you more often here in Mexico. We're going to the next fights. So, we have...
We are about to start with Dusex. Third place fight. Roy Cueto fighting in the blue corner versus Christopher Nava fighting in the white corner. Roy Cueto is one of the local kids. He's fighting for Creta Escola, local to Toluca, while as Christoph Nava is fighting out of EFC from Mexico City.
That people love is this part when they are just like standing and trying to see what to do. Maybe I don't get that stress with other weapons, but with this it's terrible.
I really hate that waiting game when you've got to really size your opponent up and you're not doing anything, just spending over a minute of staring each other down. I hope I'm never in that situation.
We have well, we'll tell that later, but back to the subject, I think it's one of the most, the fact of being waiting, it's a lot more stressing than with the moment you're moving on, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually quite demanding to just wait there and try to figure out the weaknesses of your opponent's guard while not doing anything whatsoever, just this light move over here, just a wrist bending here, a toe moving there.
Actually, that's where the whole chess game begins.
Yeah.
You have to really try to size your opponent up, figure out what his strategy is going to be, and really look for an opening, which in most cases is not there. So you have to figure out how you're going to create that opening. I think that the most memorable one was between Gray Bennett and myself in Houston a couple of years ago, where we actually spent over a minute just sizing each other up before the first strike was ever hit.
And we have a great comment sponsored by Jake Pretty calling Nava the Mexican Bigfoot. And you can tell that in the video. I mean, that guy is huge.
Sorry, Jake, but Christoph Nava official nickname was granted to him by Mike Edelson, and he's widely known as the Mexican Monster.
Yeah, truly, he really does deserve that nickname.
He knows how to hit hard, that's for sure. We also have,
Oh, and by the way, actually, Christopher is one of the owners of Dragon Sword Cafe.
yeah. And we also have fighting Rodrigo from the host house, which is Rodrigo's school. They, I think they have like, they're one of the schools with, just like the longest, AFC and Imperial School are the schools that work with just like the most, if I'm not wrong.
Well, yes, they might be the two schools that practice Dusex the most.
And there you go.
So a beautiful exchange.
Oh, there you go.
That was a very beautiful exchange by both fighters.
Yeah.
One of the tricky parts with Dusex, I think, it's also managing the distance, because most guys are very used to longsword distance, and the other way around, they're used to rifle distance. But Dusex goes to Medusa goes to this kind of middle ground where you have to be close enough to land a hit, but not close enough to grapple. Otherwise, if you're not a good grappler, you'll be
In trouble?
in troubles.
And that's the end.
That's the end of the bout.
That was so fast.
So winner is blue.
We have
That's
third
right.
place, people. Mexico takes the prize for third. Official announcement.
So the winner is...
And now, oh, that was exciting. And now, from the far, far away lands of the Netherlands.
Before anybody asks, no, he is not the Techno Viking. This is Michael Lopez Cardoso.
And this is what people clap. So, first, we're going to make you a set of questions, and I hope I can get you nervous. If I do it right, I might get you nervous. No, it's a joke. You have been in Mexico several times now. How many times have you been here?
I've been here now 3 times.
3 times. That's great. And how do you feel about coming again?
This is really great. This is one that I think it's really the best country so far because it's the food, the hospitality. You probably think I say it everywhere, but it's not the truth. And Mexico is really my city. It's unfortunate that I have the flu now, and it was also my little holiday, so I'm a little bit screwed. That's why I couldn't fight. But I'm just sitting it out, and I'm gonna leave at 10, so I still got some time to hang out with you guys. So hopefully everything will be cool.
There you go, people. If love is late, you have to come to Mexico. There's no option.
Yeah, but that's absolutely true. Here is this is an amazing place. Amazing place.
So, we need to, basically, all of us within the HEMA community know that you have been working in Italy, shooting a film. Was that Richard the Lionheart, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. That's with Stefano Mila. He's the director. He has his own production company in Hollywood. And yeah, basically we met in Italy, and he shot Richard the Lionheart Part 1, and there was an exhibition. Basically, he was showing the movie. And, yeah.
Awesome.
Louder? Okay, sorry. So in the end, he asked me what I think of the movie, and I said it sucked. So that was actually, he said, oh, you think you can do better? And I said, well, maybe me and my guys can do a little bit better concerning the historical swordplay. So then he said, okay, let's work together, and so that's how we started.
For follow-up questions, first of all, what character are you playing? Because I know you're playing a big movie part in that.
Part 2 is William Marshall, so that's actually quite a famous knight.
Okay.
And although he didn't exactly look like me, he had a mustache, but yeah, I'm gonna go in there with a plaited beard kind of look. But anyways, it's William Marshall, and I'm basically the guy who does all the dirty work for the king.
Okay.
So
Second
I'm a little
question.
bit the bad guy, but also I'm not really the bad guy.
So now the obvious question is, how much influence do you have within the fighting style for the movie? Or are you just following the stunt coordinator's directions?
I have a complete control over everything. So basically, well, there was one group fight that I was not involved with. I also said, okay, if you want me to take credit at the end for the choreography, I want to be involved with everything. So in the end, we made this deal. So yeah, there's only one fight there I didn't do, but for the rest, all the sequences are basically yeah, me and Kenneth doing our stuff that most people already have seen, and wrote specific stuff for the movies.
For those who don't know, Kenneth is Lopez's first fencing partner.
Yeah, exactly. We had to fall out for 4 years, and basically we started now working together, so we're back.
Awesome.
Back in black.
I know that you're writing on your own script. We wish you luck with that. I'm guessing that's still kind of top secret what that's going to be about.
Yeah, it's going to be an HEMA movie. The whole thing is started to roll because we now have to deal with Lionsgate. So I think that we, I have a cool idea to put HEMA on the map, and that will also be, I will involve a lot of HEMA people in that movie. I will not do that solo. I will do it with a whole bunch of people.
Well,
and hopefully that will work out. But it's still a little bit, it's in the process.
congratulations. We wish you the best. And apparently we ran out of time for this interview.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Just remember, if you need a Mexican stunt guy for your movie.
I will definitely thank you. All right.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Always a pleasure seeing you, buddy.
You too, man. Thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. See you later.
So now we're moving to the first and second place of the DUSAC, ladies and gentlemen.
For the first and second place fight for Dusan, we've got the legend himself, Mr. Axel Pedersen from Sweden, in the white corner, and we have the champion from the Schwerkampf DSM tournament in the blue corner. Once again, our very own EFC fighter, Agustin Ortega.
So this is going to be also very fun to watch. Both well-known names, both amazing fighters, very explosive if my opinion actually matters.
Both are very skilled with the Dusan. This should be a very interesting, fast-paced fight.
Why are we not making Luchador's fight presentation for these two guys? They totally deserve it.
Because we were interviewing
Lopez.
Well, next time they make a one, I'm gonna say, boy.
Okay, so thing to remember is that both these guys are a force to be reckoned with when they hold the sack in their hands. So right now we're just in the measuring part of the fight where they're just taking each other's measures.
I think our spectators are like so intrigued about what's going to happen. They can't even talk or scream or say anything.
First point goes to Axel Pedersen. However, I can tell from the personal experience that neither one of these two fighters is an easy task. I have gone face to face against Axel Pedersen with different other weapon systems, sword and buckler, longsword, and I can tell you he's a proven fighter. He's a brawler, and he's no easy task.
And double! Why doubles? Those are doubles, people!
And I get to fight Agustin on a regular basis, and I know that Dusak is a weapon that he is a force to be reckoned.
So another interesting thing is that so far what I've seen of both fighters, they have a different style.
I want to make my screen, people!
And that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, but as I was saying, they have very different styles. Axel is very, very explosive, and he's been known to go for the ball. And Agustin, he kind of tricks you. He just lures you into his trap, and then
he gets
strikes.
Intensity is going up.
Seems like both fighters are starting to lose their cool.
Yep.
So time's up, and we have a tie. Oh no, time was broken. So and the winner is
Axel Pedersen takes the match.
One more first place for the record of Axel's career.
Yeah, that was a close call.
We do have to give Agustin a lot of credit for this. He he knew how to play his game. Yeah, Axel Pedersen is a very fast, intense fighter. He's usually going very explosively for the first strike. And Agustin was able to bring him to his level in terms of rhythm and really get inside Axel's head. You could see that towards the end of the fight.
So now we're going to talk with the winner of the Dusak tournament.
So Axel Pedersen, if you may join us over here, please. Since I want to take part in this interview, I just move you over here.
Right off a little bit, yeah.
As always, it's a beauty to see you fight. It's usually a lot nicer to see you fighting through my fencing mask rather than seeing you fight outside, but it's always a pleasure to see you fight. Congratulations on that very hard-fought win.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was beautiful to see. It's your first time in Mexico, if I'm right?
It is my first time in Mexico, yes.
What's
Hopefully
your
not your
opinion
last.
so far? Yeah, hopefully not your last. What is your opinion so far about fighters, everything?
Well, I see a lot of enthusiasm. I've known people from the Mexican fencing scene since 2010, Roberto, Omar, Carlos, Arturo Camargo, and others. And it's pretty impressive seeing how far you've come in such a short amount of time. Obviously, there's a lot of skill. Seeing guys like Christopher and Arturo Medina and Costa Agustin, who's fought both in Europe and now was in our final and semi-final here. So a lot of great fencers, and I'm impressed that you have at least 3 major events now, and you're running them smoothly, so it's very good in my opinion.
I see you a little bit windy, or winded rather. Was that the fight or was that the height?
I'm really been struck by the height and how much that drains my energy. Yesterday was fine, but in my first Dusak fight today, I lost everything I had. It was I was really unused to it, so it was quite a shock. And I realized that now in the Dusak fight, I tried to beat Augustin while preserving energy, because I had nothing left really. So, but it really wasn't possible. It's too good. So I had to make the dash in the last 2-3 exchanges and up my speed a little bit more. But yeah, tough fighters and little log shooting. It takes its toll.
Yeah, Mexicans have always been quite a challenge in that subject. Another question, just to solve my curiosity, how long do you have doing Dusak?
Well, I've been doing Dusak on and off since 2010, but it's not my main work. But we integrate also Dusak training alongside training in GHFS, so on and off since 2010.
Okay, I'm the other one, just to satisfy my curiosity. Do you have another source other than Mayor, or is Mayor your preference?
For Dusak, it's only Mayor.
Only Mayor?
Yes. For long it's mostly English and Mayor.
And my favorite card, any advice for people doing Dusak, EMFs or fighters in general?
Well, the management will teach you a lot, but it's also pretty dynamic and athletic art. So getting your wind up and getting some good pre-match training really helps. That together with some good study, that will take you through.
Very good. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yes, how can I be that awesome?
I think I can take this one. Train.
No, I mean, besides training,
It's only training. It's all risk.
I actually want to congratulate you and all of the JHFS because I've known you guys for a long time, and your training regimen is probably top of the line and one of the best within the HEMA community worldwide. So it's always nice to see you down here. At least now we have a bit of an advantage on you, weather and height-wise. Although you just proven that that's not really much to brag about, because you take it.
Oh, we'll see. There's one more fight.
So, thanks a lot, and good luck with your next fight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, moving on. What's going to happen next? Now, what's going to happen next is... actually, Mike just made that comment about oxygen in our chat. Here's the thing, actually, during the Mexican Olympics, it was a huge issue because of the oxygen. We didn't have oxygen this time, but it's what we did with rain and
Those who were watching for this first can remember Mike Edelson struggling and grabbing some oxygen. Now you know why. Basically.
And sorry for that one. But now we're moving to the fourth place of the longsword tournament. The
Nylon longsword tournament. Thing to note here: these both fencers are from the same school in Guadalajara. This might be one of the youngest clubs here in Mexico. So they have quite a level, and we're looking forward to a very interesting fight.
Once again, this is another finals that's going to be fought in-house.
Yeah.
Both fencers coming in from the same school, both of them coming from Guadalajara, as you mentioned earlier. Guadalajara, for those who might not know Mexican geography, it's about 6 hours north of Mexico City, and probably about 7 or 8 hours from where we're at the present.
Yeah, and also another thing is that these guys love Fury. They really know some stuff about German fencing, but their main style is Fury. Much to Roberto's sadness.
Well,
But that's gonna make a lot of people happy. Something I want to recall about these guys is that actually their fencing masks are doing by themselves. I'm often a little bit against self-made protections, even though I know how to do some. But those fencing masks have been proved to work very cool. Actually, one of our fighters is also one of our sponsors and producer of many cool weapons.
Including the very swords they're about to fight with. And so, fourth, third, and fourth place in longsword. We have Jose Samaripa on the blue corner and Juan Lopez on the white corner.
Viewers, please put attention on this. You might see something you know, and if you don't, well, maybe you want to see that too.
it's always very interesting watching fencers from the same school go against each other because they know themselves. They know each other so well that they know their weaknesses and their strengths.
Yeah, and the other thing is they know. So they have to come up with new ways to outsmart the other guy.
Also, it might be a little bit more relaxing. It's a strange confusion between it's more relaxing that you are close to the person you're fighting, but I guess it depends on everyone. On the other hand, no matter who goes through, you always feel happy when you're fighting with your fellow.
Yeah, with your own teammates.
And the cool thing is that they don't suffer from oxygen, huh?
Well, actually, just a bit. But, yeah, Mexican night is ups and lows and ups and lows.
Well, I do think that fights within the people from their own club tend to be a lot more technical because they have to size themselves up and really study each other that much better.
So far, Jose is giving such a strike with 7 points against 0. I think they show up who's actually I think Jose is an instructor if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, well, he is the guy that leads the trainings, so yeah, he's
defending the
making
title.
quite a show of it.
White finally made it to make his first point. The question is he going to be able to go back to the numbers enough to win? It's too late.
So 2 points wide, Juan Lopez is actually coming out pretty quick and he's closing in. And it was a tie, ladies and gentlemen. For most of the fight, it was one-sided.
And we have the winner!
So this was a very close fight. In the end, it was 8 points to 7.
And the winner is...
Jose Luis Amarripa takes third in what ended up being a much closer fight than it started as.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually noteworthy how Juan closed in so strong in the last part of the fight. I mean, maybe a couple of seconds more it would have been a tie, or even the outcome would have been completely different.
Yeah, I think 10 more seconds and we could have had a different third place because Juan really came up strong towards the end.
So, I would like to know, all the people watching the live stream, the viewers, if you have any comment that would be like so cool.
In the meantime, we're getting ready for the longsword nylon finals.
First and second place will be against Pablo de la Parra from Juegos Ferratus and Abraham Garcia from EFC.
So once again, we have one of these Guadalajara guys showing up for the finals. Actually, the three members of the club made all through the finals.
I'm afraid you're making a huge mistake because Pablo is actually from Mexico. Oh, different Pablo. Then I'm the one wrong. Thank you.
Yes, you're wrong. Pablo de la Parra is also from the same club as Jose Samarripa and Juan Lopez. Fuegos Ferratus, which is actually quite a very pleasant surprise to see all three fighters make it to the finals, both fighting for first and second, or third or fourth. And they're a very, very welcome surprise. They have been really evolving their game in the past couple of years, and they're proving what hard training, sacrifice, and really applying yourself can lead to. And now they've got a chance to go for first or second.
Yeah, also, well, Abraham Garcia is a well-known name in Mexico's Quebec community. He has been for a long time with us, and he actually has quite a list of tournaments.
Yeah, he's won most of Mexico's major tournaments so far. Always, whenever he hasn't won, he's at least been in the top 5.
We are very proud to have Abraham being one of our newest EFC members because he's bringing all that baggage and knowledge from previous tournament wins to our own fencing hall.
So, for nylon longsword finals. On the blue corner, Abraham Garcia. On the white corner, Pablo de la Parra. You know, something I love about Abraham is the way that he always carries some lucky charm to his fights.
Yeah, actually, he always has like that kind of detail. Seems like they're not giving him time to thought. It's like, I just go close and fight.
Yeah, if anything, Abraham is really fast.
Abraham is a very crafty fighter. He's not the most technical fighter, but he's very crafty and he knows his game. He's been working on improving his technique and his tempo, which he sometimes tends to rush in.
Yeah.
His opponent is a very hard to read fighter because he's mostly a bit surprised. Nobody really has seen these Guadalajara people fighting that often, so their game is very difficult to read.
Yeah, especially when they actually train different styles, because once again, Guadalajara guys are training most in Fiore, and here in Mexico City, the major thing seems to be German Lumser. Another thing about the brand is that he tends to adapt very, very well during fights.
Yes, he's very good at adapting his game.
Also, his experience in other martial arts helped him in all the situational mindset when it comes to tournaments that I really think is very important. It do makes a difference, and well, he has time in this thing of martial arts, and I think he applies very well all the things he has learned from other martial arts to this in the sense of what is the right mindset that I have to have when I enter the bout. More tacos talking, people. Maybe about costillas? Maybe another thing? With or without cheese? That's a great question for the judges.
So they've reached a decision on 2 points wide. We have a tie so far. We're already up to the last third of the fight. Whoa. That was a nice exchange.
Very nice exchange amongst these two very skilled fighters.
Now we are 5-3 with 2 doubles. Let's see how this goes on.
So the gap is getting wider between Abraham and Pablo.
I have to say, something I really don't like to see in finals, and I really have to say is doubles. I think the first and second place mostly have to prove their technique, their ability to go in and out, and this third double, that's a really pain to watch. I hope they improve and that they work more than in and outs defending. I really struggle when I see so much doubles. And time is over.
So there's no point for the last exchange.
And we have our winner!
We have a winner, the winner for the Nylon Lancer Tournament in the Encuentro de la Unión de Artes Marciales Europeas Mexico is...
That is the main problem I have with those handmade helmets. They're always a pain to take off and put on.
At least they save your head and your thoughts and your ideas and whatever you have inside there. And the winner. And that was
Abraham winning it. And if Abraham would be so kind to give us an interview.
Mr. Abraham, European call, please. Roberto, you're not allowed to ask because he's very much calling your country. Whoops. So I'm going to make the questions in English. Sebastian is going to help me with translating because Abraham doesn't, I think...
He's too tired because he just fought so hard.
Yeah, he's like, come on, dude, if you're gonna see me watch, at least have the strength to learn my language. So, how do you feel? It's like you have been in so many tournaments and you have always been watched as one of the strong fencers. You are either in the first 5 places, getting first places. You have quite a list. How do you feel with this new success?
Muy sorprendido que me consideren uno de los mejores porque en realidad no, yo no me considero así. O sea, de hecho me considero que me falta demasiado. Sí, he ganado, no he ganado, de hecho esa es la primera vez que gano un primer lugar, pero siempre en un tercero, cuarto, ¿no? Pero le sigo echando ganas y también no me gusta montarme en esa idea de ser uno de los mejores porque para mí prácticamente es de ya a uno mismo. Hay que seguir avanzando.
So this was a quick one, but he's very surprised to be actually considered one of the strongmen in Mexico. He doesn't like the idea of being just can't like, okay, I'm one of the best guys, because he thinks it's like surrendering to himself and just being in a comfort zone. So he thinks he's still a long way to go and he has to work more, but congratulations, man. I mean, your fight has been so great so far.
Thanks.
So yeah, I think that those comments have been, I mean, they probably to me, it's very easy to fall in this idea of, oh, I'm doing good, I'm just good at it, come on, try to beat me. So I think that's very admirable. And it should be an example for all the fencers out there. So I have two questions. First of all, I know you have been practicing another kind of martial arts. From how long and how long have you started HEMA?
Con las europeas empecé hace muy poquito, prácticamente como un hobby hace 4 años. Y hace poquito me decidí a tomarlo ya formalmente, ya estudiarles un poco más, dedicarle más tiempo a los manuales, a las posturas. Y pues, practicando artes marciales orientales en su caso, desde los prácticamente muy joven, desde los 12 años que empecé a practicarlo, bueno, distintas, ya entiendo, principalmente Kenjutsu.
So that's actually quite a list. He's been practicing Yaigo Kenjutsu mainly from since 12 years. He was 12 years old. He started around 4 years ago, mostly as a hobby, but he's just recently took it more seriously and he has been upping his game ever since.
So you told me that you're now focusing on manuals and stuff. My question is, so far, which one is your favorite manual? I mean, so we have another Furious. That's great. Oh, that's interesting. He's saying that one of his favorite manuals is Fury, but at the same time he hadn't practiced Fury, so I want to see you starting it, that's for sure. Do you think you see yourself going, oh, sorry, this is about time. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. I think you're a great example for Mexico's senior community at least, and I hope to see you winning more tournaments. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, espero que pues, todo lo que hago, porque aparte de practicar, de fomentarlo, pues también trato de ayudar a los que van empezando.
So thanks a lot.
Ojalá todo lo que hago sirva para las bases, para que pues, México crezca un poco más.
So thanks a lot. Most of my success is not only mine, but I also try to work towards making the HEMA scene in Mexico grow. So I hope that all my victories and all my hard work eventually gets to help the HEMA scene get up and get its name up a little bit. So, again, thanks a lot. Congratulations on your victory, man.
And now we're moving on. And now we have, what do we have? We're about to start the steel insert, I think. But first, I want to welcome Arturo Margo, very well known, and another very well known person with the evil mask mustache, Carlos Chavez. People on the live stream, if you have any questions, please leave your notes. So you're the heads and the brains behind this huge event, right? Am I right?
Well, yeah, Carlos has helped me. We have a big crew behind the gathering. It's not just the four of us. We came with this idea about the Unión de Artes Marciales, which is a European martial arts union, around 5 years ago, something like that. We wanted to create something who could help the HEMA community in Mexico to improve. And after a couple of years working with the union, we started working with the gathering. So this is the 3rd year we have the gathering.
So I have a question that I always find interesting to make to, first we're gonna have a video, so I keep my questions for later. And we're starting the steel sword. And my new friends are gonna help me with the comments. Here's the video. Seems like we're having some time. They want to put more emotion into it. Actually, I'm surprised when the Mexican crew is so calm. They're usually not like that. Maybe we need cheerleaders or something.
Okay, what where we are about to see, it's an experiment we're running this year in the gathering. It's a traditional Albion Steel Longsword tournament. By the way, thank you to all of our sponsors which have been great for the gathering, especially Albion, who is sponsoring this tournament especially. We're having a special rule set which is inspired the gang rules from the fixture from Germany. It's not exactly gang system, but it's inspired by that. So only blows with the edge are valid. You cannot thrust, you cannot wrestle. We're having 10 exchanges. And that's pretty much the idea. You have to go above the elbow and above the knee.
Additionally, the sword edges are treated with chalk to help the judges notice where the hit actually landed on, if it landed on a valid target area, and as well to help judge and analyze afterblows or doubles.
However, while we experiment this in the balls, but now for the finals we are not going to be using the chalk. It worked really different from what we expected, but it was a good experiment and I think it's a really good idea. So if somebody's interested in doing something like this, please talk to us because we already did it and it's quite interesting. I think we can improve a lot of, we can take a lot of advantage from that.
Yeah, and once again we have these two faces that we have seen in other fights. We have Templa and we have Agustin. Well, Templa is, his name is Luis Castillo, but we're known as Templa, sorry for that. Old friends, you know. And we're having Guadalajara against Mexico City. Caballeros de Oro against EFC. Tall versus tall. Male versus males. Tres versus tres. Who's gonna win this match?
And we are having the most famous beer, HEMA, as a referee for this event. I think it's gonna be a really interesting fight. And as we had in the Dusan tournament, I think it's gonna be like two different styles of fight because Luis is really aggressive fighter and Agustin is more like he's a really smart fighter, so he's not gonna be rushing against Luis.
Yeah, often when you see two huge guys, you often expect a power fight, and I think Agustin has overcome to this idea of just relying on a lot of on power and just to go in front. So that is gonna make it interesting.
We just saw the first afterblow. We'll see how it goes from here. The feathers are relatively light in the hands of these fighters. So Agustin is going for a Vorschlag. And it's ended. Okay, judges are going to comment on that. Let's see their output.
Yeah, and actually this is when the choke is really useful because if you have something like controversial, you can just go, referee can just go and check on the chalk marks and you know exactly what happened. So the judges mainly are there for tempos, so you know if it's an afterglow, a double hit, something like that, but the chalk is pretty much where the hit was landed.
Okay, we got our spike and watching the judges confer. Let's see their decision. Okay, so 2 points awarded. Let's see the next exchange. Both going to Vontag. Couple of those from.
Obviously, using this kind of rule set, the strategy changes a lot because as you get on thrust, you have to focus a lot of your guarding and carrying strategies. So it's a bit different from what we are used to, but I think it's also.
We just saw middle howl from Agustin to Luis Templar's torso.
That's not good for dinner, that's for sure.
This is the kind of techniques is really common to see this kind of rule set.
Something I've always found interesting about Templar is that he used to be, I think he still practiced kendo, and sometimes you can see some sights of his kendoka past. I kind of find it interesting on how he introduced that in his fight. Actually, his wrist thing that kendokas know very well, he plays so beautifully that his it's always hurt as hell, no matter how soft he do it.
What you're referring to is tenouchi,
Yeah, sorry.
which is the proper application of pressure from the wrists to properly deliver a cutting blow.
Also,
People who do cutting in Hima might know that very well.
also Carlos used to be a really a kendo experienced kendo fighter, so he knows about this. But I think Luis already left kendo, but of course you can see he used to train kendo, and he did it for a long time.
And we have a double. That's so sad.
Okay. Let's see how Templar picks up the tempo this time. Okay, going for a right ox. Couple exchanges and maybe a double.
Another double. That's okay.
But let's remember that this fight has only 10 exchanges, so a point, a double hit, or an afterglow counts as an exchange.
I hear the fingers going on there.
Yeah, Templar got Agustin right in the left count, in the left glove.
And we have another zebra meeting. Oh no, these are not zebras, right? That's later today.
If I were a judge, I would not like to go to a meeting with Lopez. I mean, look at his face like, what are you doing? No, you're choosing the wrong point. No, you're doing it wrong.
Maybe he's just asking what they're going to ask for dinner. Nevertheless.
I just hope Lopez don't see this later and kick me for making fun of that.
So the first blow landed on the globe, which is a non-valid target area, so it's not going to be a point for Templar this time.
And so the next blow went to the torso of the other fighting group. And we are sorry for keep confusing the name with the nickname. Next time we're gonna put Luis Templar del Castillo for detail.
Okay. So another thing, even when you have time, it's 3 minutes long fight. It stops a lot because of the fighter, the judges checking on exactly what happened because of the not valid target areas. So it goes a bit longer than we would like to, but it's better to do it that way so we make sure we're judges are doing things properly.
We are turning a third double. Arturo, those doubles make anything at this point, or you cannot lose the doubles for first and second?
Yeah, well, at this point we are not having a double loss in the final, but we're trying to have the fighters to avoid doubles. As they run out of exchanges, if they keep having doubles. That's another way to avoid doubles, having limited exchanges during the fight.
We're just 10 seconds shy of the bout ending.
We're making our swords pretty again.
So we have 8 seconds and 2 exchanges left.
Let's see what these guys show us. Luis managed to block a low blow from Agustin, and Agustin went to the knees, and Templo managed to defend itself. They got tangled a bit.
I think that was an eye binding from Agustin to parry all of those blows.
Fight's over, folks.
You can tell they have fun when they have those huge smiles, and that's even rather right there, people.
This is what it's all about, to learn and to have a long-lasting friendship. And there's a traditional greeting from the Salami Fencing Club, which was a sort of mock.
So it has I've seen you the leader of the Salami Fencing Club.
And something you were talking about, Carlos, these 2 guys are really friendly guys, and they are always willing to help other people, and they are so willing to learn all the time. So it's great to have this.
Oh, we have our winners!
Agustin taking something from Elite Fencing Club.
Seems like Elite Fencing Club is taking a lot of punch this year.
Yeah. It's good to have clubs as Elite Fencing Club. I think the community in Mexico has a lot of people who have come here like past years, and they have returned recently. They have seen the change in the community, and EFC it's been a really important part for this road because they have built a really good school in Mexico City, and they are taking over tournaments and competitions in the country for sure. But
I know!
well, yeah, so we're really happy, and I'm also really happy having new schools as Febos Ferratus, who we already saw at the nylon longsword finals, because these guys are pretty much new in the HEMA community in Mexico, but they have improved really fast. So it's good to have different groups now fighting, having good results, and having really good night.
And this is my favorite part, when the emotion comes, when everything turns on fire. We're going to the finals, people! I can't tell you how damn excited I was about this, to the point I just take out the camera off my face, because my face is red of excitement, and that doesn't look good with my dress. We have, ladies and gentlemen, 2 amazing fighters. They both are not from Mexico, so that means the Mexicans have to improve. But, I mean, these 2 faces are well known. Axel and Elise Mead, which are just waiting out. I think that was my voice. I'm sorry.
I will try to talk this way later. Maybe that way we don't have these accidents.
But back to the situation. Elise Mead is a very fierce fighter, very well known. I kind of have to believe that his long hair gives him power. And on the other side, Axel, which, by the way, Axel, I know you're not pronouncing me because you're very focused, but Finland is sending you all the support.
It's going to be fun since both fighters have been focused for the last years mainly in teaching as well with their individual practice. So let's see how teachers rock and roll this time.
Well, teachers have to rock and roll. At the end of the day, they have to prove what is the right way to do things. I think most of the students are just tied up to the computer, checking out that my instructor has to be the best. So maybe that it's a little bit stressing for them.
We're about to start. Lopez, as main judge, is making the announcements. Lee Smith is white. Axel Peterson takes blue.
Okay, fight.
So we have Blood and Iron, and please someone in the live stream help me because I could never be able to pronounce Axel's school name. I'm sorry.
Gothenburg Historical Fencing School.
Thank you.
I don't know in Sweden, maybe you might correct me, but I think it would be something like Gothenburg Historical Fencing School or something like that.
And I think the people who actually know how to pronounce that is laughing right now.
Yeah, probably. I think. So we just started the final match from the Steel Longsword, Albion Steel Longsword Invitational Tournament of the European Martial Arts Gathering here in Toluca, Mexico.
Once again, we have a lead doing the Hobbit, getting himself very small, which I love.
Let's just hope this is top-notch fighters and instructors don't get a lot of doubles going on, because that will be something as well to watch out for. Okay, 1 point for Lee Smith, white. Okay. Second bout coming up. Axel taking initiative. And the judges didn't see that as well.
Something I love about these fights is that you can see the technique. You can see, oh, that's so nice. And actually, oh my god, that's beautiful, guys. You gotta put a heart in this part of the video.
Okay, so now the judges are discussing what happened. Yeah, but I think it was really nice from Lee to accept that blow, and also really nice from
Axel
Axel
to
not
say,
take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I love of HEMA. Like, there's a lot of feeling for the respect of what we're doing and how we're fighting.
That brings the question, I mean, if the tournament rules are really strict and don't allow these fighters, these shows of courtesy, these shows of nobility, then maybe are we losing something out? Should we permit that individual action?
Yeah, indeed. That's something we have here in the gathering. We have this rule, the honor rule, and if you think that the blow they are cutting for you is not a really good blow, or if you didn't deserve that blow, you can deny it.
After a small talk, Axel takes some points.
So it's Axel is leading by 1 point.
I wish I could put some background music to this fight. Oh, that was nice. Just a little bit of a miss on the fact of going out.
We have an afterblow on blue and 1 point for blue. It's important to say that the afterblow only is denying 1 point, so penalties are 2 points. Penalties are 2 points, and if you get an afterblow, then that reduces 1 point for you. It takes over 1 point for you.
Yeah.
It's noticeable the respect both fighters have for each other.
And we are 3-3 now. That's we could give things attention.
So quick initiative, and also after a high blow from Lee took a bit of out to the torso. Point for white.
Actually, that was a mistake. It should be 2 points.
Yeah.
You guys might. Oh, there you go. I think the judges are scared, or might be a little bit tense of judging these two awesome guys. Like, you know that if you mess it up, you're gonna fight them outside, and you don't want to be kicked by any of them.
That was a really beautiful
How from Axel.
inside on
You know that jump to the ring. Come on, this is beautiful.
A lot of fighters have commented that the ring is perhaps a bit too small, but I think that's good. It encourages the fighters to get it on and go in the face of each other.
And now there was a confusion between the judges, so again they are gathering.
We see Lopez putting the tension between the judges. Are they scared? Like they're talking about how to make his beer next time? We don't know.
What we do know is the next minutes or seconds will gonna be really action-packed.
And we only have 20 seconds on the clock and 3 exchanges left. And again we have a hit from Axel. So
We have seen this beautiful develop of each defend and like that's just beautiful. That's so clean.
They were like a solo help from Lee, block, padded by Axel, and counter with a Unterhell just below the armpit.
I think our referee is not happy with how this is being seen. It was very clear for me, but once again, when you're a judge, the stress is just.
yeah, from here it looked like a really clean hit from Axel. But judges are discussing something with Axel at the moment.
It always been said that there are different fights. The one that the audience sees, the one that the judges see, and the ones that their own bouters or fencers actually experiment.
Also, well, it's not bad to say that judges should be considered as blind and stupid. Not to insult them because it's not the point, but whoever has been a judge can tell it's very, very hard. You have the pressure of yourself, the pressure of the fighters, the pressure of the outside, and that was a what?
Fortunate from Lisbon, I guess.
You better keep the names right, or they're gonna know you know nothing about fencing.
By the way, weren't you judge just yesterday? Weren't you saying something about judges?
I blame the stupid.
Okay, so
I'm so fine that I put Axel there. Okay, no, that was a bad joke.
I think Axel got to finally got the 2 points, and now Lee has another 2 points, and that's a lead, and this is gonna be the last exchange.
No, actually, I see. I don't know what the thing with the point is, but in case Axel gets points, there's a chance to be in a same point situation.
Okay.
I think this is a 10th exchange out of 10, and yeah, there are only 13 seconds left on the clock, and they are only 2 points difference, so this is going to be a really exciting update for this final for these gathering tournaments.
We just set the trap and made a really low kick to the legs with both hands. No point.
Axel has one chance to fight us over. Huh.
Okay, so the fight is over, and he's made us the champion of this Audio Steel Longsword Invitational Tournament from the European Martial Arts Gathering.
Let's hear it for him, folks.
They're having a very special conversation I can't hear.
Oh, an excellent just raise the hand of me as victory.
It was beautiful to watch, people.
We just ask everyone to give the left hand and applaud Axel Peterson. Okay, the judge is now going to make the formal announcement.
That's a Lopez moment.
That's for sure. He convinces all.
So,
Wow.
well, that was the last bout of the evening. It was really exciting.
We want Lee to come.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Well,
have
I wanna make again a special thanks to all of the sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors this year. Firstly, in first place we have Universidad Tech Millennium, which is the host of the event this year with this beautiful location. We have Albion Sports, of course, the sponsor of the tournament. And we have the HTM guys, the historical tournament manager, who helped us with the software for the tournament. We're using a different software for during the live stream because the Forte Production guys are behind this, but we also have a really huge support from the HTM guys. So Martin, Joachim, all the crews in the HTM crew, thank you very much. It was a really nice experience using the HTM. Swords, we have Simon Klabowski Swords, also as a sponsor for the tournaments.
For terrific swords.
Yeah. And we have Dragon Swords, who had coffee all the time for the participants.
To keep us awake, it's very needed.
Yeah, it's really nice coffee, Mexican coffee. Elite Fencing Gear, the new gear brand in Mexico. They got really nice synthetic nylon swords and other things. Emblaze for sure. Martin, also thank you for the swings.
Thanks for helping us not killing our houses. My mom appreciated it.
Purple Heart Armory, who was the main sponsor for the Dusac tournament. Also thank you very much, guys. We appreciate a lot your support. Space US, also thank you for the nice prizes for the tournament. This is a really long list. We have Nero Swords from the guys from Guadalajara. They provided the nylon long swords for the tournament. And I think, we have Dragon House, which is a local clothes manufacturer who gave us some really nice sweaters, like armor sweaters. We are gonna have that as surprises. And now our champion is joining us for an interview. Oh, yeah, for sure. I have to thank Academia Canal, which is Mariana's school, who is also sponsoring the gathering. And I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, because we have a really long list of sponsors.
And if we do, you can find him. You know where to find him. Come to Mexico, kick his ass, and just be with us.
Yeah, please come next year. He's joining us right now. So,
Hi everybody, I'm Nick Smith. We're about to use camera.
You're looking here and coming very close to here. And you're behind me nicely.
Well, I gotta thank a few people first. First of all, to thank my co-master, Larson. In 2010, I faced this man for a longsword, and he kicked my ass. He was my inspiration for years of training and dedication to this art. And he's one of the finest fencers I know, a good friend, and he's honorable and exactly as a man should be. So I have a ton of respect for this man, and it's my pleasure to have the opportunity to fight him. Could have went either way. I'm sitting here right now, but the guy's amazing, and I couldn't get that guy in his short. I would be at 10-0 in a second. The other people I need to thank back home, my team. Without them, I'm nothing. Of course, my fantastic wife, my partner, and everything I do.
Yeah, actually, I remember I was talking to you, and you were mentioning me how that fight with Axel really inspired you to work a lot more on longsword, and this dream just come true right here, right now. I think that's a great achievement.
It's just one match. I look forward to fencing with him on multiple occasions. He's a fantastic fencer, very technical, and have the highest level respect for the man.
I think that was a really close fight, but I would like to ask you, Lee, what do you think about the rule set? Did you like to fight under this rule set? Was it different for you using the rule set?
It was definitely different. I will say it wasn't bad, but I would have liked to see how my game fared against such a lion and opponent. If we could have both used our thrusts and our wrestling.
Also, using this moment we have, is there something you would like to share to the world about the European martial arts gathering? This is the second year you have been in Mexico at the event, so it's something you would like to share to the world.
Oh, this is a fantastic event. My host, Arturo, has been awesome. All my friends from EFC, Kanan, have been absolutely excellent. They're very helpful translating our classes. The students here are also very good. They're not here to try to correct you in class. They work very hard, and they're interested in learning. It's quite a pleasure to teach these people.
What's your main advice for Hema people?
My main advice for Hema people, this will be a bit controversial. My main advice, we gotta do our push-ups, we gotta train hard,
And that's the way we're going to be taken seriously by the rest of the world.
And talking about Mexico, what would you like to see in Mexico Himas in the future?
I'd like to see bigger tournaments. I think that right now it's really growing. There's a ton of potential here. It's the second year I've been here, and I see all these fantastic fighters with high levels of potential, and I see a community that's working together fantastically. It's a real inspiration to be down here, and I think the rest of North America could learn a lesson from Mexico.
Is there...
No, thank you very much, Lynn. Thank you for coming. Thank you for flying at the event. Hope you had fun during the tournament. Thanks a lot, and congratulations.
Thanks for the inspiration. I've always considered that these kind of bouts are what really makes fencers want to train, and I mean, it's a pleasure to see.
I think the coolest thing today was to watch have my wife beat me at a tournament. Man, she's ferocious.
Yeah, that was nice to see.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Lee. And well, folks, that have been it for this event. There's Mexican Livestream for the year. We're hoping to have more. Carlos or two have been making a great thing with this event every year. I mean, I've been here and it started, everything becomes better and better. You really want to get your eye on it. And I don't know, guys, do you have any comment to make?
Yeah, I think that we're barely scratching the surface here. We're barely scratching the surface. I mean, HEMA has a lot of fruit yet to yield. There's a lot of advancement to be made, Mexico and worldwide. And hopefully, like Mariana has already said, we'll keep this sense of comradeship, of brotherhood in this journey.
This is, as Carlos said, this is just the beginning. We are working really hard here at the rest of the country to have better and better events. So people from all over the world, if you want to join us, please do. Here in Mexico, we are willing to learn, we are willing to share everything related to HEMA. We've heard that Mexico is a really nice country, so please come visit us, have a really nice meal here with us, and also fight against us. We are waiting for you.
And if that's not convincing for you guys, I'm going to put this simple. I'm going to threaten you all to come to Mexico. This is not the only event we have. Actually, if this convinces you now to know that Mexicans have something to offer, or at least some new asses to kick, we can see you in the last week of July at Shrekov. It's the second time we run Shrekov. We really want to see you there. We're going to have instructors from all over the world. We're going to have Mexican instructors. And, I mean, if you don't come, you're not testing your abilities. Definitely the oxygen is evil thing, but let me tell you this. If you can fight the air, if you can fight us, if you can come through all this, and if you can take my Edelso title on the Mexican King, then you can tell you're a good fencer. Meanwhile, you can't say anything about it. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's a good one. So
That's a statement.
Los esperamos. We are waiting for you.
So, yeah. If you want to come next year, please do. Don't be afraid. That's where you are. Have a nice night.
So now, we have Forte Productions United States and now Forte Production Mexico. Thank you very much for all this opportunity, and I hope you enjoyed the live.